Hello friends, today we are going to study about the quantum effect. Okay, so in previous lecture we have studied about the black body radiation, and in today's lecture we are going to study about the what is Compton effect, how classical mechanics fails to explain the quantum effect, and how mm, we can explain it by using quantum mechanics. Okay, we'll start now. So first upon, we'll study what is mean by Compton effect. So Compton effect means when a beam of a X-ray radiation. So X-ray radiation is means it is a beam of electromagnetic radiation having photons. When this beam of photon is incident on a electron which is in the rest position, or you can say it incident on a free electron. Okay, then this electron gets scattered in another direction and photon will get scattered in another direction. Then there is a change in the wavelength of that scattered photon as compared to the incident photon. So this wavelength is greater than the incident photon, and this shift in wavelength is given by h divided by m naught c 1 minus cos phi, where phi is your scattering angle. So this is your scattering angle and theta is your angle of this recoil electron. So this shift in wavelength is known as your Compton shift. So what you learn is that what is Compton effect? When a beam of monochromatic X-ray radiation, okay, we'll use highlighter. So when a beam of monochromatic X-ray radiation is incident on a free electron, the scattered radiation has modified wavelength greater than the incident wavelength, and the shift in the wavelength is known as your Compton shift, and this phenomena is known as your Compton effect. So how, but what happens in order to explain this quantum mechanics, in order to explain this Compton effect, so classical mechanically we cannot explain this. So according to the classical mechanics electromagnetic theory, so what classical said that the incident and scattered radiation have the same wavelength, but what we experimentally observed that there is a change in the wavelength. Classically the X-ray radiation, energy of the X-ray radiation is too high to absorb by the free electron, and this X-ray radiation provide oscillatory electric field which set electron into the oscillatory motion, hence making it to the radiate light with the same wavelength with an intensity I depends upon the instant intensity of the radiation. So what we get conclusion about it is that he said that the incident and scatter radiation have the same wavelength, as well as the X-ray radiation is this oscillatory produce the oscillatory electron motion, and it depends upon the intensity of the radiation. And okay, so but what experimentally we found is that the wavelength of the scattered X-ray radiation increases by amount of del lambda. Okay, and that means there is a, so there is a difference between this incident wavelength and scattered wavelength. So this cannot explain by your classical mechanics. So in order to explain this concept by quantum mechanics, we have to learn about the concept of photon. So what is photon? Photon is a light particle and it emits the energy E is equals to h mu. So any radiation consists of photon, light radiation consists of photon, and energy of photon is h mu, where h is Planck's constant, mu is frequency. So energy of the photon is depend upon the frequency. If frequency is high, energy will be the high. So this term can also be write in terms of wavelength. So frequency is the ratio of velocity of light divided by lambda. So c is your velocity of light, 3 into 10 raised to the power 8 meter per second, and lambda is your wavelength. So this expression of energy you can write E is equals to hc divided by lambda. So that is the important expression regarding the energy of the photon. Okay, so this is the important relation regarding the energy of the photon. Now we will study about the momentum of a photon. So what is the momentum of a photon? Momentum is given by P. P is equals to, momentum is the ratio of Planck's constant divided by wavelength. If you, from this equation, if you substitute lambda is equals to this equation will gives you the, this equation will gives, if you substitute lambda here, lambda will be c divided by mu. If you substitute here lambda is equals to c divided by mu, then this expression will be p is equals to h mu divided by c. So from what we will learn is that, what is the energy of the photon? E is equals to h mu. What is the frequency of the photon? C divided by lambda, c divided by lambda. And in terms of wavelength, you can write the energy E is equals to hc divided by lambda. What is the momentum of a photon? H divided by lambda. This is in terms of wavelength. And what is the frequency of momentum of a photon? H mu divided by c. These are the terms which are going to important for deriving the expression from the quantum shift. And in next lecture we are going to study how to explain the this Compton effect with the classical mechanics, and how to derive this expression of the Compton shift. This is the important, that shift in wavelength del lambda is equals to h divided by m naught c1 minus cos phi. So this shift in wavelength is totally depend upon the scattering angle, and it is independent of the incident photon wavelength. We have to learn this. Okay, thank you.